What up? What up? What up? Welcome to the Ron and Vic B-Ball Pod. Our second episode here. We're here every Wednesdays. Well, we post every Wednesday night, so for y'all, probably every Thursday we'll be here for a new episode for you guys to listen to. Just some quick stuff before we get into the episode. We have a Patreon at patreon.com/RonVicBball all caps. Again, patreon.com/RonVicBball all caps, no underscore, no space, nothing. Also, we're on Apple Podcasts. Most of the people who listen to this, I'm pretty sure I'm listening on Spotify because they're pretty much immediately. Apple Podcasts, it took a bit of time to get verified, but then we did get verified a couple days ago. So yeah, we're there. And yeah, that's really it. Oh, also Thanksgiving. At the time of recording this, it's about 6:30 on the 27th of November, but Thanksgiving's tomorrow. So happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Hope you guys have an amazing Thanksgiving. I have Victor on the line here, so if he has anything to say.
If y'all are listening to this right now, y'all probably have listened to the first episode, and you've noticed that my mic quality is not the greatest. I'm working on that, and it should get better throughout future episodes. And also, happy Thanksgiving to all y'all who are listening to it right now.
But yeah, let's get into it. So, his favorite team is the Clippers. My favorite team is the Nuggets. So yeah, we're gonna get into talking about that. So Vic, you can get some time to talk about the Clippers. Anything you want to talk about?
The Clippers are kind of weird because, like, when Kawhi was the only person that was playing, for people are like, "Oh God, this dude is the best." But then, like, when Paul George came onto the scene, he was also dropping numbers. But then, like almost like a few games when they were playing with each other, the I don't I don't know if they produced what they were expected to produce. And so, like, the last game was an exception. Kawhi dropped 28, 8 and 8, and Paul George dropped 26, 4 and 2 with the win against the Mavericks and what I think to be the future MVP, Luka. So it's kind of weird because the whole Clippers organization is doing good, but it's just those two that I'm kind of, I don't know. I'm not saying confused, but like it's kind of weird about how they're producing. But I'm sure later in the season they're gonna find out what they're missing and learn from it and become even better than they are now.
Well, I'm kind of a bit opposite because ever since they started playing together, obviously they had the two national TV games where they beat the Celtics on Wednesday on an overtime game, and then they beat the Rockets on Friday, and then they beat the Mavs yesterday. Yeah.
Yesterday.
So I like how they've been playing together. Their numbers statistically aren't the best, but they beat three good teams together. Their wing defending is ridiculous, but so I feel fine.
Yeah, I think what the Clippers management is doing is letting Paul George like take over the team for like the regular season games and stuff. But then towards the playoff, they're gonna rely on Kawhi since he has that playoff experience.
And here's an interesting stat. Like the Clippers and Lakers, they both played Staples Center in LA. The Clippers actually have a higher attendance. I just saw this. The Clippers are first in attendance in the whole league. That's pretty interesting. So yeah. You have any more you want to say or?
No. Good. I like how Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell and JaMychal Green are playing. they're producing what they're supposed to be producing, and sometimes even more. Like JaMychal Green, he's stepped up as a role player, in my opinion.
All right. So well, for me, the Nuggets. I don't know whether I should love or hate how we're playing. We have the best number one defense in the league right now. Average. What? Oh, I already have them pulled up. All right. Giving up about 102 points per 100 possessions, which is it's an amazing rate because just pretty much keeping teams at 1 point per possession. That's I'll look it up later, but that's pretty close to historic. Also, the Nuggets are our expected win loss is actually 11-5, and we're 13-3. So that's something.
That's all my Clippers.
Well, the Clip you guys are 13-5. Your expected win loss is 13-5, so that's pretty fine.
Yeah.
But I really like how we're pulling out close games. We had the I can't think of any like off the top of my head, but we had the Phoenix game where we won by 1. We lost to Dallas by 3. I remember that at home. We beat Orlando by 4. We beat Philly by 3. We beat Minnesota by 2, and then we lost to Atlanta by 4, and the rest have been. And then we beat the Celtics by 4. But besides that, the rest of the other games haven't been super close. But that's something I like, especially with Jokic. He's picked it up since a really slow start the season. It looks like he spent the whole summer eating chips, laying back, watching TV. That's what he felt like. It felt like at the beginning of the year he couldn't run, but now he's still averaging 16 and 10 with 6 assists. He's only shooting 24% from 3, and that number will come up later on the season. Also, Jokic, I'm pretty sure he has 2 game winners, so he's still clutch, one of the clutchest players in the league. But also, Will Barton. Gobble. I keep starting because I'm doing something else. All right, he has right now. Raptor. There's a stat called Raptor. It's a plus minus statistic that measures the number of points a player contributes to the team's offense and defense per 100 possession. And right now, it's on 538 website. It deals with a lot of stuff. Right now, he's 5th in the league in total Raptor with plus 9.3, and 5th in the league in total defensive Raptor plus 5.1. So I really like how I don't know, he's been really efficient. He's especially at the beginning of the year, he's really kept us in some of the games where we could have definitely been losing. Jamal Murray 18.8 points. I like his 5 assists. I really like that. But I don't know. He's playing better. He hasn't taken a superb leap. Besides that, Paul Millsap averaging 14. I like Jeremy Grant's addition. Something kind of worries me though is this season our whole bench, the whole bench plus minus, is down when they're on the court compared to last year where it was up. So it's really just a starting lineup carrying us, and whenever one of them comes out, it becomes a problem. Something that was one of our strong suits last year is no matter, even we had our bench and we were still outplaying. We were always outplaying other teams' bench. That's not the case this year. I do like we have had 2 wins against good teams though. Was the beating the Rockets and the Celtics. So, and we beat Phoenix. We beat the Rockets and the Celtics and Phoenix. So there's 3 playoff teams. But yeah, I guess I like how we're going. But yeah, I'm not mad. So
yeah, I can very well see the Nuggets. It's kind of weird because I guess everything's weird for me, but like just their bench, the starters are producing more than they did last year with the start of 13-3. but I'm just trying to think. Like they lost Trey Lyle.
He didn't get many minutes for us last season.
And then I I really like Torrey Craig.
Torrey Craig last year was really good. I don't even like he's 10th on our
rotation. He had one clutch block this year.
Yeah, he's getting the same amount of minutes as Juan Hernangomez. He's only averaging 3 points a game with terrible efficiency, but he's not even taking that. He's only taking like 3 shots a game, so.
Well, that's understandable. He's mainly there for the defensive part.
But he was a good shooter last year, though, and even his actually he does it. He has a +4 defensive box plus minus, so he's pretty good. But our whole team is pretty much plus. But yeah, we should get on. We're already 10 minutes in somehow. So yeah.
Okay.
Next we had we're gonna kind of go pretty quick through this. The Spurs struggle. Right now the San Antonio Spurs are really disappointing. They're not on a losing streak anymore, but they're 12th in the West. They're tied for 13th in the West, or tied for 12th in the West, however you want to say it.
And out of their last 10 games, they've only won one of them.
Yeah. They're 6-12. They started off the season really hot. Well, they started off 3-0. They were 4-1, and then now ever since then, and they've just been absolutely abysmal. Offensively, they're the 7th best offensive team in the league. Defensively, they're the 27th, and it's just been a struggle. Something that I wrote down. DeJounte Murray, he's supposed to be a really big bright spot. Coming back off of being out the whole season last year, but for some reason him and Patty Mills are playing the same amount of minutes. And when you look at their team, their top, what is it? Their top, how many players? Jeez, their top 10. Their top 9 players. Only DeJounte Murray and Jakob Poeltl have a plus defensive plus minus. Whoa. Oh, nice, yeah. They're the only 2 people who have a plus defensive box plus minus because they've been absolutely awful on defense so far. And, the fact that, Bryn Forbes is getting Bryn Forbes right now is getting, I think he's getting more minutes. Yeah, he's getting more minutes than DeJounte Murray, and he's just absolutely terrible on defense this year. I don't know why. I can really comfortably say that this is gonna be the first year, and I don't even know how many. I think it's around 20 years that the Spurs don't make the playoffs, and it might be the beginning of a very tough time for San Antonio fans. I think Aldridge or DeRozan, one of them may have to go.
I think if one person has if one person's gonna, I think it's gonna be DeMar.
You think DeMar?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably too.
Because he's averaging empty stats.
But so is Aldridge.
Well, yeah, but in my opinion, I think Aldridge. I don't want Aldridge to be traded away so he can be. He can have a veteran role on another team, but in reality, I think DeMar is gonna get traded.
Yeah, but honestly, if I'm a team, I want. If I'm a team, I might want DeMar DeRozan over Aldridge, and this is something I've really thought Aldridge one of the most underrated players in the league. But right now, he's only averaging 7 rebounds a game. I'm pretty sure he's their starting center right now. He's 34 years old. I just think I'd rather. Yeah, he's their starting center. I just think I'd rather have DeMar DeRozan right now.
Well, yeah, I think
because I think DeRozan can maintain this level for another 3-4 years. Where I think Aldridge is only going down.
Okay.
And even Aldridge, his 52% from the field is pretty normal, but DeRozan right now shooting 53% for the field, which is a really high number for a player like him who shoots a lot of mid-range shots. So I like how he's been playing this year, but I don't know. I'm gonna go on a little tiny rant on Luca real quick. How many minutes in already? 15. All right. I'm gonna go on a little rant about Luca. The stats keep changing every day. It's kind of annoying, but right now he has the second highest box. As of yesterday, he had the second highest box plus minus of any player ever. Um, so like just how much he affects the game per 100 possessions. He has the highest offense. He had I don't know if he still has, but he had the highest offensive Raptor of any player. Yeah, he still does. The highest offensive Raptor of any player. He's third right now in total Raptor. He was first like 2 days ago. And in Basketball Reference MVP tracker, right now he's third behind Giannis and LeBron. 2 days ago he was second behind Giannis, and 3 days ago he was first. So he's a really serious MVP candidate right now. And also, if you look at teams with the best offensive rating ever, it's pretty surprising, but Dallas right now is number one in like best in offensive rating of any team ever. So yeah, you have anything to say? And he's a bet. He might be the best 20-year-old ever. The only other competition, well, I'd say serious competition, is LeBron, and well, his 2006 season, I think, where he finished second MVP voting behind Steve Nash. Although towards the end he was 21, that's more accurate timing. So that year he did finish second MVP, averaged like 31 a game, but I don't know. He might be the best 20-year-old ever. It's pretty close between him and LeBron, but he might be.
This man, oh God, no. Yeah, I think he's the best 20-year-old ever. No disrespect to LeBron, but yeah, come on, you can't have my opinion, you can't have the best Raptor ever.
No, he has the best.
You can't have
He has the best offensive Raptor in the league, and he has the second highest box plus minus ever.
You can't have the second box plus. You can't have the box plus meter ever, second highest, and you're not regarded as the best 20-year-old. Like at 20 years old, people that are getting drafted are just getting started. Like think of Giannis when he was 20. He was solid, but he was never anything big. Luka, when he's 20 right now, and he's being regarded as an MVP candidate. Now, all I want is for Luka not to get injured. Because if he does, that's gonna kill the whole vibe of the Luka MVP and his career. Because if he gets like a devastating injury, I think he's still gonna be in the league, but I don't know. He's gonna still produce the way he's been producing right now.
All right, but here, let's go to
next.
So there was a article by Woj and Zach Lowe a couple of days ago about some changes the NBA wanted for the league, and this is where we're gonna spend most of the time because we're about 18 minutes, so we've used a lot of time so far, but yeah, let me just lay it out. So there's a new in-season tournament around Thanksgiving time. I don't fully understand it, but somehow it gets to where 8 teams will end up battling in like a playoff, like a single elimination round. I think for a trophy around Thanksgiving. It'll be like around right now. The bonuses, the incentive is gonna be just cash. So I don't know how much cash it is. It's just an in-season tournament. But then one of the things they'll be doing is that they'll be taking the regular season down from 78 to 82 total games to kind of account for that. And then also, they're the new playoff seeding, I guess what you call it, for the this is all going to be implemented or wanting to be implemented in the 2021-2022 season, but I'll talk more about that later. It's a way for now before this 8th and 7th seed would just automatically make the playoffs, but now they're gonna have a playoffs, just like single elimination playoffs for the 7, 8, 9, and 10 seed. So how it'll go is 7 and 8 will play each other, and then the winner is automatically in. Then 9 and 10 will play each other, and the loser is automatically out. And then the winner plays the loser of 7 versus 8 for the final playoff spot. So then, pretty much, if you're a 7 or 8 seed, you have to win 1 out of 2 possible games to make it into the playoffs. And if you're 9 or 10 seed, you have to win 2 games to make it in the playoffs. So yeah, and then also they're thinking about reseeding the conference finals to where, it's like once you get to the conference finals, the last 4 teams remaining, it'll be 1 versus 4 and 2 versus 3. So for example, last year I think it would have been Milwaukee versus Portland and Golden State versus Toronto, which was the finals matchup last year, but that would have happened in the conference finals. So it would have probably we would have probably seen a Milwaukee Golden State or Milwaukee Toronto conference finals. But yeah, let's start with the in-season tournament. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think if this was implemented when the Nuggets were in the eighth seed, against the
Sorry, no, the like Thanksgiving time tournament, not the play-in tournament.
oh
Yeah.
well, I think it would generate a lot of buzz considering the NFL is still in motion.
Yeah, that's the big
People
part
and
of it.
people are watching more of the NFL more than they're watching the NBA in their early stages.
Mm.
So I think maybe it would generate a lot of more buzz.
Yeah, because
For
there's like I think it was like a Sports Illustrated article. I have it pulled up, I think, somewhere. One of my many tabs, but well, just the NBA ratings are down. That's and
yeah,
part of that is LeBron in the West. So all those East Coast homies, or the majority of the population is.
I'll never say that again.
Okay, the people in the East Coast, they don't get to see LeBron as much, and that was what people really watch TV for. And because the times like the Lakers play, or because who are the 2 biggest superstars, like everyday household superstars right now in basketball?
LeBron and
Like who are the most popular NBA players?
popular
Mm.
Curry, Luca.
But no, it's Curry and LeBron, buddy.
Yeah, Curry and LeBron. You said most. Okay, never mind.
Like if you want to have a lot of people watch an NBA basketball game, you want to put Steph Curry and LeBron James on TV, and they both play in the West, like the West time zone. So then they're always the second games of the ESPN or TNT, two games a night game, right? But then the time those games end in like the East Coast, it's 11, 12 o'clock. Where kids who are going to school, they're definitely not watching those games, and even a lot of adults aren't watching, which does not help. Because before with LeBron, by the time you go to bed, his games aren't super late to where you still get to watch and that. But then all of that definitely hurts the ratings to where the only like real like super duper star in the East is Giannis, but Giannis, he doesn't bring the same attraction that
LeBron and Curry do.
yeah, or even other superstars do. I don't know why, but he just doesn't. So yeah. Also, will it be taken seriously? Because it won't affect regular season records. And for a player like LeBron or Kawhi, why would I risk myself playing, I don't know, 3-4 games for a tournament which may make me, I don't know, $2 million? But why would I care? Like, I'm the richest athlete, one of the richest athletes in America. Why do I care about an extra $2 million instead of my house? But for the G League players, the people on the 2-way contracts, the minimum contract people, this like, oh damn, look, if I win this tournament, I get another $2 million. That really helps a lot. So then I heard of a really fascinating point where if you're LeBron and you see some of your teammates out here grinding out to get this extra $2 million, how do you think it'll affect team chemistry if you the best player on the team, and maybe Anthony Davis, aren't playing, so pretty much render your team useless. Imagine how that looks, where your teammates like, damn, bro, home LeBron. If you and AD came up and played here, we win this tournament, and then we get that extra big paycheck, bro. Like how that could pretty much affect team. That could affect team chemistry.
LeBron. Like LeBron's perspective, his teammates' perspective on LeBron is already pretty good. But just.
Well, LeBron was just an example because he's the biggest example you could use. But like even other superstars, it also works.
Yeah.
Also, 78 total games. That's not much of a. That's not. I don't know. It's not much of a debate topic because it's just to account for the play-in tournament and the in-season tournament. So yeah. What do you think about the 7v8 like that stuff?
Well, going back to what I was saying, the Nuggets, if like this rule was implemented when the Timberwolves and
the Nuggets
were playing.
Yeah, it was like 3 years ago.
I think the 7-8 would have been much different.
Well, here, I'll just tell them what it was, because they may not know what it is. Timberwolves Nuggets, I think it was 3 years ago. The Nuggets had, they seemed to be out around April time. They went on, like, a 6-game winning streak, even with a bunch of injuries. And then they went face the Timberwolves on the last night of the season. It wasn't on national TV, which is a problem. I think the NBA should be able to be like...
I remember.
Yeah, I think the NBA should be able to be like, all right, look, you see this game has a whole bunch of stakes. Let's put on national TV. Or, oh wow, Steph Curry's gonna be injured till March. All of the 20 national TV games up till then, let's take 15 of those national TV games out and replace them with something else. You know, because no one's trying to watch Eric Pascal and Kai Bowman and Alec Burks and Willie Cauley-Stein play.
Yeah.
But what do you think about it? Because, like, that game was really intense. It was a playoff game, like.
Yeah. Well.
And just having that every single season in multiple games, like, it's kind of like a March Madness. It's a March Madness style tournament. I like it.
So, I think since the NBA has the ratings are really high at that point, I think it would boost that the league even higher. But the thing is, like, let's say your star player injures himself and then your team loses and you're like the 7th seed. But then your team loses both of the games. Like, what do you do?
But then you see now, and Steph Curry came back 2 months before the season was over, and then they were like a 13th or 14th seed, and they come back, rally back, become a 10th seed, and then they make the playoffs. How exciting would that be? Or last year was the Lakers. LeBron got injured, but then they could have been the 10th seed, and then they could have made the playoffs. So imagine a Lakers Warriors first round series.
That would have been some cheese.
Yeah, that would have been pretty cheesy. Also, they need to figure out the draft picks. So, like, if I'm the 10th seed, if I make it in the playoffs, am I gonna get a lottery pick and also be a playoff team? Or if I'm the 8th seed, what pick will I get? If I'm the 8th seed and I didn't actually make the playoffs, am I gonna get a lottery pick, or am I not gonna get a lottery pick even though I didn't make the playoffs? They need to figure that out. But yeah, it's stuff about like the 7th seed getting robbed, but I don't know. It's gonna be super entertaining to watch those games. To watch what's an example? Let me look now. Let me look at the standings. What's an example of what that game would be?
That's like what was the
last year? Last year it would have been in the West. It would have been like Clippers versus Spurs in the first round, and then it would have been Kings versus Lakers, and then however that's so far. But then imagine watching OKC go against Minnesota in the last game of the season or something like that. Imagine watching like Detroit versus Brooklyn, or
versus Brooklyn,
or like watching the Kings go against the Phoenix Suns on the last day for the final playoff spot. Like, imagine how much fun it would be. Because it may not be Lakers Clippers, or it may not be Nuggets versus Houston, or Milwaukee versus Boston. It may not be the top of top teams, but they're still entertaining teams. A lot of times, those teams are like the young teams.
But they're still fighting for a spot in the playoffs.
Yeah, it'd be so entertaining. Like, just because the first round, the 4v5 games are normally pretty fun, and sometimes the 6v3 games are fun. But the 1v8 and the 2v7s, they're not really fun. But like this around, like as your first round, that'd be really entertaining. I'd love to see that. And there is stuff about teams getting robbed and owners, but like also it discourages tanking at the like end of the year, because if you're the OKC Thunder, you may be like, oh man, you see, if we keep Chris Paul, we have a chance of making the playoffs. So instead of trading Chris Paul, maybe trading Danilo Gallinari and just tanking your butts off, you may make the playoffs. Or even Portland. We know how Portland's really badly injured. With Nurkic out, with I think Whiteside is injured for a bit. Zach Collins, they had to sign Melo, who we'll talk about later.
Men are out.
But like, imagine if Lillard and McCollum make a late season push, but then they're just out. Let's say they're like the 9th seed or something, but they still make the playoffs, you know. But yeah, we've spent a bit on that. Let's go next. The reseeding of the conference finals. So, what do you think about that? The like 1v4 and the 2v3.
Oh, that would be kind of. I think that would be kind of cool, in my opinion, because instead of like the 1 seed go against the 8 seed, or would that be a more?
It's the conference finals. It's the conference finals, yeah.
So like.
Well, it's not necessarily.
The Clippers and the Lakers are the last 2 teams in the West, and like the Bucks and the Sixers are the last 2 teams in the East. It would be like the Clippers versus the Sixers.
Now it'd probably be the Lakers versus the Sixers.
I think the Lakers versus the Bucks would be a good series.
But then I don't like it because I don't care. Like, I like the tradition of the West versus West and the East versus the East. So I really don't care when I see a matchup. So I don't care if I see, like, let's say the Bucks and Lakers have made the finals. I don't care if I watch them play in the finals or if I watch them play in the conference finals. I don't care. And also, I like the tradition, but honestly, I want to see someone like go back and see like if this happened for like every year, like, cause you know how like before 2 years ago LeBron made 8 straight finals. I want to see like how many finals we've made before, because last 2 years ago I'm pretty sure it would have been Golden State versus, it would have been Houston versus the Cavs, and the Cavs would have not won that. So just see how many titles LeBron may have not made if they did that. That would have been pretty interesting to see. But,
like, yeah. Throughout the whole thing, yeah.
Yes.
Because it's like, let's say in 2011, the Heat go up against the Mavs.
But then you also have to talk about what other teams made the conference finals. That year is probably it was the Celtics.
Boston?
Yeah, it was Boston versus Miami, and was it OKC or San Antonio? It was either OKC and San Antonio versus Dallas.
I think it was OKC.
It was San Antonio.
It was?
I'm pretty sure. Because I remember a couple of days ago I watched. No. Yeah, it was OKC because they went against San Antonio in the conference finals. Because I remember I watched a video about, and it included 2011 the NBA. But here we can talk about something. Anything else you have to say about any of those?
Not really.
Yeah, it was OKC. That was just OKC.
91-86. Just got the notification from ESPN.
Okay, so
let's talk about Melo.
Wait, let's see. We have we're at 30. Yeah, we need to go pretty zooming. So
Let's
you
talk
want
about
to talk
Melo.
Melo? All right.
Melo had it's said on ESPN. Melo had a night to remember. It's like he dropped 25,
Yeah,
and he
25.
FaceTimed his son. And on that night, he surpassed Alex English in total points scored in a career.
Mm. Yeah, Melo right now averaging, well, it's only been 4 games, but he's averaging 16 points, 5 rebounds, about 2 assists. Shooting, shooting 40. Is this a joke? He's shooting
But
the same exact percentage from the field and from three. He's shooting 39. He's shooting 39.1% from three and 39.1% from the field. That makes no sense, but it's true. What the? Only Melo could pull that off. Only Melo could pull that off. All right.
hey,
Also,
props to Melo for surpassing Alex English, though.
but also Melo. I just want to talk. He's honestly, I think he's become one of the most underrated players ever. Because for the first, how many years?
10.
The first 15 years of his career, he averaged 20 points a game for the first 15 years of his career. He's one of the, like, if you look at the, like, I don't know, I listen to a lot of Bill Simmons, but if you just think about a lot of, like, the scoring stats, I think, like, I don't remember any stats, but, like, Melo, scoring-wise, is, like, up there. His first 10 to, like, 15 years of his career is up there, just one of the greatest scorers.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like to see him on Portland. I don't know how long he'll last on Portland, especially once players start getting healthy. I don't know how long he'll last. But yeah, it's nice to see him on Portland. Back in shape, back playing meaningful basketball. What else? Oh, Marc Gasol and Joel Embiid. Marc Gasol is the Joel Embiid stopper. So is kind of Al Horford. I'll search up Al Horford's stat. But versus yeah. But when Joel Embiid goes against Marc Gasol, he averages in the regular season averaged 11 points per game and 30% from the field, and 17 points per game and 37% from the field. Although that is part of that is he had like a 34-point game against them, so that is kind of skewed. And I was kind of looking for Embiid versus Horford stuff. He's not much of an Embiid stopper. Embiid averages about 23 and 24 points per game against Horford, so not much. But Marc Gasol, I don't know how he did it. He held Embiid to 0 points a couple of days ago against the Raptors. And honestly, I don't know what superstar gets held to 0 points. And he shot 4 threes too that game. I don't know why. Joel Embiid is shooting 4 threes. He just shouldn't, honestly. I don't. But yeah, and then him and Ben Simmons, they just don't work together. So they're gonna have to pick one. One of them is gonna have to be who their team builds around, and I don't know who it's gonna be. Like Embiid shot what? He was 0 for 11 and 0 from the field, 0 for 4 from 3, with 4 turnovers.
I think. I don't know. I think if Philly needs to, I think they have to go with Embiid. I guess that they have to give away because Ben Simmons he averages the same numbers, and he's literally a cannot be stopped point guard.
Yeah, because when going downhill, Ben Simmons is like a LeBron or a Giannis tour. If he wants to, he can just get to the basket whenever he wants.
But with Embiid, you have players like Marc Gasol who know how to lock him up.
Marc Gasol's an anomaly, I think. He's not a rule. It is kind of a problem though, like how he's shooting 4 threes. That is kind of a problem. But oh my God, we're at 39 minutes. So yeah, Giannis had 50 points against Utah a couple days ago with 0 turnovers and 14 rebounds. That was pretty interesting. We're about to close this up real quick. Oh, God. Zach LaVine had 49 against the Hornets with 13 3-pointers, 27 points in the fourth quarter. Huh?
12?
13. It's 13.
13? I
Yeah.
thought you said.
No, I
Okay.
checked. It was 13. He was one away from breaking the all-time three-point record.
Which is held by Klay Thompson.
Yeah, 14. Brooklyn are 5-1 without Kyrie. They're playing tonight, so that might go down to 5-2 or 6-1. And also, I was looking at their game. They once had a lineup where if you gave me a screenshot and gave me 5 seconds to name a player on their team, I could not name you. It was literally a bunch of black people, and I could not name any of them. Like I knew one of them was David Nwamba. I realized that earlier, but it was ridiculous.
What?
Yeah, the league right now is really top heavy. Has like 7, like 8. It has like 10 teams who have over 10 wins right now. It's ridiculous, and the 8th seed in the East is 6-10. But yeah, I think that's it. So we have to go. We did go a bit overtime. So yeah, any closing words?
Keep the new episodes, and see y'all later.
Yeah. Also, if you're on Apple Podcasts, leave a rating just leave a rating if you're listening on Apple Podcast. But yeah, this is the Ron and Vic B-Ball Pod, and we're out.